Hey, I'm Jen. Welcome back to my channel. So today I want to break down 5 fitness myths that I feel like were completely holding me back from changing my body as I was getting older. And I want to give you hope that you can completely change your body and firm up your skin as you are aging. I know I struggled for years, and I know a lot of you are struggling. You message me all the time. This is going to be completely different than what you've been hearing. What I want to give you just a different perspective, because if what you're doing is not working, then maybe this will help you. Okay, the biggest fitness myth is lifting heavier or just lifting in general. And gosh, I've been doing the lifting forever. Heavy lifting, lifting classes, CrossFit, like all the things. And I just realized as I got older, my body wasn't getting any better. I wasn't feeling any better. I definitely wasn't looking any better. And I just was super frustrated. I've been brainwashed, like probably many of you, and if you follow all the experts online, talking about how we need, especially as we enter perimenopause and menopause, to lift heavy weights to age with strength and age better. But I wasn't aging better. And my clients that were lifting weren't aging better. My clients that are just lifting cannot bend down and touch their toes. They cannot get on the floor and get back up. They are so stiff. So I don't want you to age with this type of body where you are just going to the gym and going through the motions because you want to build muscle and build bone, because that's what the experts are telling you to do. You want to age with strength and mobility. That is more important as we are aging. If your bodies are stiff, and can you touch your toes? Can you get on the ground and get back up? Can you sit in a squatted position for a long period of time? Can you hang? When I was lifting, and I know a lot of you do this as well, you're kind of chasing that soreness because you feel like that equates to you're going to get better results. And it just caused more inflammation in my body. And as we get older, we really need to reduce our inflammation in our bodies. And we're prone to more inflammation as our estrogen is dropping. Do not equate results with soreness, because when I really researched it, the science is clear and you can look it up. Muscle soreness does not equate to muscle growth. Fat loss, better mobility, increased circulation, more hydrated fascia, or even tighter, firmer skin. Definitely don't want to get injured. And I've had a couple injuries, and it really made me go down the rabbit hole of trying to figure out how to make my body injury proof. So if you follow me, you know I completely switched to band training, this specific band training, and I was able to change my body and get stronger. And I was completely shocked by the results of it. It makes me firmer, more mobile, more agile, and has completely tightened and firmed my skin, gotten rid of my cellulite in ways I didn't even know was possible. And I'm an esthetician. I've owned a med spa for over 20 years. And I just kind of didn't think that we could make a lot of changes on our bodies as we were getting older. You know, I knew we could make some changes, but I didn't think that we could fully get rid of cellulite and crepey skin and lax skin until I started doing these workouts and I noticed such quick skin changes. And then I was like, how is this happening? I don't really understand how this is firming my skin and getting rid of my cellulite. And when I researched why this was happening, it really makes a lot of sense. I realized that it really acts like a pump for our body. It's like our lymphatic pump. So it was pumping fluid through my body, but it just made me feel so much tighter and leaner. It's just also the best lymphatic treatment you can do on yourself, because it's pumping everything through, getting out the toxins, bringing in new blood flow and oxygen to your skin and to your muscles, to your body, to your fascia, to everything, to help you reduce your cellulite and tighten your skin, and also increase your collagen. Because when you are doing this type of training, it really does help to create the shearing under your skin within your fascia that helps to stimulate fibroblasts. So that has been the biggest shift for me. I just didn't want to feel tired and drained and inflamed and puffy and swollen all the time. And when I researched that I can still build strength and build muscle and build bone with this way of training, then I was completely sold. And I have a 30-day firm up program. It really, really helps to build strength and mobility and firm up your body. So it's making you look better and feel better as you're aging without breaking down your body and your joints and just inflaming you. Okay, the number 2 thing is cardio. And I believed forever that more cardio is better, and the more I sweat, the better it was, and the harder the class was, the better it was, and it was going to change my body. Cutting back on the cardio saved me, but also cutting back on the HIIT workouts saved me as well, because then I would do HIIT workouts and Tabata workouts for 30 minutes. I noticed if I was doing too many of those, then I would get sick because it was breaking down my body and weakening my immune system. And again, as we get older, our estrogen drops and we have less protection. So I was like, gosh, I'm doing all these workouts and trying to get healthier and build up my VO2 max. And then I'm like sick all the time. I slowly cut those back and I started to do the sit training that Stacy Sims talks about. I do really enjoy the sit training and I feel like it has gotten rid of a lot of my fat so much faster. I've always been skinny, okay, but except when I got pregnant. So each pregnancy I gained like 60 pounds and I had my last baby at 45. So kind of leaves your body a mess. And I've been skinny fat and this type of sit training, and now I started incorporating the band to do my sit training. And it's literally 30 to 45 seconds of like all out intensity. And then I rest for a minute or two. I definitely recommend monitoring your heart rate. And then I do that like 6 times, only twice a week. It's such a little amount of time. If I don't do the band, I like to do the rower. I have a rower, or if I go to the gym to do mobility work, I will use the assault bike. So I increased my steps. I cut back on my cardio. I do the sit training twice a week. That's it. So going to free up so much time. You're going to realize, like, if you're taking all these classes, how much time you have. And if you're thinking about taking the classes and stressed out because like you don't have time to fit them in, this is also going to completely change your life because now you don't have to stress out about where you're going to fit these classes in. You can literally just sprinkle in a few minutes here, a few minutes here, and change your bodies and firm up your skin. I'm telling you, try it and come back. But so many women have started to incorporate this way of training and are completely feeling better and changing their bodies so much faster than all the years of weights and classes. Number 3 would be thinking that more is better. And a lot of women that have started to be curious about this band training are like, I'm going to add it on to what I'm doing, because that's just our mindset as women, because we think we're going to add more and it's going to give us better results. But I learned, unfortunately, by trial and error, that that isn't the case, especially as we're getting older. You want to take things away. And I know it's a mindset shift if you're used to doing a lot of things and doing a lot of classes. You can get really good results in so much less time and be shocked at the amount of time that you have now for yourself and to do other things that you love or be with loved ones. So also when I started to do this type of training, I think because it's just sprinkled throughout my day, as opposed to like one big shot of exercise, I really feel like it has reduced my stress so much in so many ways. So it has dropped my cortisol, which has enabled me to also drop body fat. I try and do something every hour. And I tell my clients that are super overwhelmed, I do nothing. So just do 5 minutes every hour. Over an 8-hour window of time, that's 40 minutes of exercise. I'm telling you, these little amounts really add up and your body's going to respond so much better because you're giving it little bursts of strength training, little bursts of mobility, little bursts of blood flow and circulation, as opposed to one big burst at your one Orange Theory class, your one spin class, your one Pilates reformer class, and then sitting. It's not giving you enough blood flow and circulation because your bodies aren't changing with what you're doing. And the great thing about if you incorporate this type of band training, a little bit here, a little bit there, is for a lot of women, it builds a lot of confidence because it builds in consistency, because it's very hard to be consistent for a lot of women, for most women, to take that hour a day to work out. It's very overwhelming. When you stop doing more and you just do these little amounts, I am telling you, it builds in the habit of thinking about taking care of yourself little by little, and it becomes part of who you are. It changes your identity and it helps you become the strongest, healthiest version of yourself without the stress and overwhelm. This has been life-changing for me. And I'm a person that did work out, but it's been life-changing because it makes me become more aware of taking care of myself throughout the day, of taking a couple minutes, literally a couple minutes. I'll be in the kitchen. I'll just do a couple minutes of mobility, a couple minutes of strength training, and go through the exercises. And I feel so much better about myself. And then also my body is changing. So that gives me confidence that I didn't think could happen at this age. Now, this next one is probably going to surprise you, but I eat right before bed. And I know all the experts talk about stopping eating at least 3 hours before you go to bed because it's going to interfere with your sleep. But for me, that was not working. It was interfering my sleep to wake up starving. I will have a high protein snack before bed, which is usually cottage cheese with like a little bit of berries. and literally right before bed, okay? Because this helps me to sleep better. So I'm just telling you this. If you are someone like me, that if you wake up starving, that's not good. That wasn't good for me. And I know the importance of sleep. I've been researching it, especially as we get older. There's so many studies on sleep alone and just health and fat loss. And there are a lot of studies. So that's the thing. You're going to find studies on whatever you want to find studies on. You will find studies not to eat before bed. You will find newer studies that you can eat a higher protein meal before bed. And when they researched this back, of course, it's all in men, on athletes, they were like, a lot of these athletes were eating before bed and getting really good muscle stimulus. The fifth thing would be about protein bars and vegetarian foods being healthy food options, even protein powders, honestly. Protein powder is a processed food. I do utilize protein powders, the clear protein powders, if I need to hit my protein goals, but I pretty much figured out how to hit my protein goals without it. But if I wanted like a sweet treat or something, I will make a protein snack or protein ice cream if you struggle with protein. I find that eating the protein powder, like within yogurt or in my protein ice cream, lands differently for me in my gut than when I drink it. So I can't really drink it as much as I used to when I was a lot younger. My body doesn't tolerate as well. So if you are having issues, then try that before you give up on protein powders. For years, I thought I was being so healthy, eating these vegetarian meatballs and vegetarian meatless alternatives. And then I was having so many stomach problems. And then I was like, I don't know, could it be this? And so I slowly phased them out and then phased just regular meat back in, and I did feel better. So not that if you don't eat meat, you have to eat meat, but I'm just saying, just reconsider if you think that these vegetarian things that are presented as healthy because they're made of a lot of vegetables, they're still super processed. And so I really didn't realize it. And so that's why I'm sharing with you, because you might not realize it as well. I would live on protein bars, totally live on protein bars, because they are super convenient, because I was always still running around and they're just like, taste really good. There's some that taste amazing. It tastes like a Snickers bar. So do not believe that these are healthy for you. Try and eat whole foods as much as you can and get in high amounts of protein without them being in packaged foods. If you are interested in learning more about how I train, I have a Firm Up program, I have a Firm and Glow program. You can check the links below just to learn about it, to learn about the band method, how it works, why it works, all the things. I talk about it in a lot of my videos. I know it can help a lot of you, and that's why I want to share it with you, because I was stuck for so long. So I hope this gives you hope. Comment down below any other areas you're struggling. I'm always posting videos of different workouts. I'm going to start to do more workouts to give you even more ideas of things that you can just sprinkle throughout your day. And they are good for all ages and all levels of fitness. That's the other good thing. So no matter where you're starting, this can help you. I will see you in the next one.